Hello, darling hearts. It's Gaps Coach Emma here, Timeless Cookery. I was just finding loads of stuff in my papers and came across this. I used to use this as a teaching tool. This is the chlorophyll molecule in a diagram format. You can see magnesium in the middle and then some nitrogen and some carbon and oxygen around it and whatnot. It kind of describes a hexagon, kind of, doesn't it? A hexagonal shape, but it's got 8 parts to it, 4 and 4. Anyway, this is what our blood looks like. The heme in our blood, as in the hemoglobin, which is the heme is the stuff that carries oxygen around your blood. Now, what I used to teach with my paleo coaching before I became a GAPS coach, this was like 2014, 2015, and more recently as well, is that I used to say, greens get more greens, they'll put colour in your cheeks, My daughter used to say, I don't want green cheeks, mummy. And she was probably right in not wanting to eat her greens, I have to say now. We're all evolving, aren't we? We're all learning new things, and this last couple of years has been a massive eye-opener for me. I've been like that. What? About things like spinach, about things like chard. I'm a champion chard grower, me, but I'm probably never going to eat chard ever again. I think that this actually tells us that our blood is quite similar to chlorophyll in that when we sunbathe, we take in energy. A bit like chlorophyll, its leaves are shown to the sun and it makes sugars, doesn't it? Well, what's to make us think that we're not similar, that when we show our skin to the sun, we're actually creating energy for free? I mean, they'll tell you that's impossible because they say that's not how it happens because it's respiration and it's what we all learn in biology and, grade something little, when you're 11 or something. So I'm having to go back on my word. I used to say, if you want clean blood, eat your greens. If you want clean blood, eat your greens. But I don't think that's the truth anymore. I think we can enjoy some greens, but there's other greens that are very high in plant toxins that actually are poisoning us. It's shocked me, it really has, honestly. Because I was a complete veg head. I was like, growing vegetables for the Community Supported Agriculture Scheme. I would have chard in the boxes 48 weeks of the year virtually because it's a really easy plant to grow throughout the seasons. And my life revolved around chard and how well it grew. And like it also had peanut butter and 70% dark chocolate in it, featuring heavily, thinking I was doing myself a favour and eating healthy foods, but little did I know that they were all laced with calcium oxalate, which are naturally occurring plant crystals, which remain in your system if you're not careful. They're not excreted very quickly. So I've got to remain open-minded and remain open to change, haven't we? And we've got to stop poisoning ourselves inadvertently, thinking that we're eating healthy things. So there are lots of greens that are that are good enough. They're not going to harm you. A nice bit of crispy lettuce, lovely, watercress, rocket. I think winter purslane is pretty good, although summer purslane is not. And I'm sure there are others too. Other vegetables are fine. Broccoli, cauliflower, these kind of things. They don't have masses of plant toxins in them, but things like potatoes, they're absolutely terrible, full of oxalates. And there are other toxins called lectins, which we've got to watch out for as well, because they clump together like sticky little proteins, and they clump together. And they start forming amyloid plaques in the brain, which is the beginnings of Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, that kind of thing. But they also form these sticky little bundles that bind to our hormone receptors. And if your hormone receptors are not receiving the hormones that your body's putting out there via your endocrine system, then you're going to be lacking. You're going to be not playing the perfect symphony. It's how Dr. Natasha describes your function, your body function. You're like a symphony being played. And your endocrine system, your thyroid, your thymus, your adrenals, your sex glands, your pituitary, your pineal, they're all part of the endocrine system that are the instruments in your orchestra. And if one of them's a bit off, it's playing the wrong key, it's unharmonious, and it's going to make the whole thing sound dreadful. So you're eating too many lectins, they're probably sticking to your hormone receptors. So despite the fact your endocrine system's working really hard to get your hormones all in balance, the messages aren't getting through because the receptors are clogged up with lectins. So I've got this plant toxins course that I did, Good Mood Foods and Plant Toxins, which, I mean, I had an offer on in September. I was really shocked that only about 4 people took me up on it. So I'm going to extend it for October, because why not? Because I've got the space to actually deal with people, to help you one-to-one. It's a deal where you can work with me one-to-one, get access to Good Mood Foods and Plant Toxins, which is all about this subject, and how to avoid the pitfalls and how to mitigate once you have got poisoned, by greens, by thinking of being healthy, by eating a load of good greens, you know, which is what I've done. Anyway, Feed the Fam for Less, which we all need to get on these days, and access to Get Going with GAPS and the GAPS app and all of the other stuff that's available through the monthly subscription. You can get for an absolute bargain of £240. I can't work out why people aren't jumping at the opportunity to fix their gut health. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, you need to join Timeless Cookery Club, £33 a month, and then you can take advantage of this offer where you can work with me one-to-one, because I've got space in my diary and I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting to help people to get over autistic tendencies if they should so wish. You know, if they're not happy in their neurodiverse world, they can do something about it. To help people with chronic fatigue, to help people with fibromyalgia, to help people with multiple sclerosis, to help people with kidney and UTI things, to help people across the board with the food is the medicine. The GAPS nutritional protocol is remarkable in how it helps your body find its balance so your body can sort itself out. It's very simple. So everything in moderation, We don't want the pendulum to swing. You know, most people who've gone raw vegan have poisoned themselves with oxalates, lectins, phytates, all these anti-nutrients, anti-enzymes. Their gut is basically stripped and it hasn't got the right microflora living in there. And it takes them, you know, make them feel sick to eat meat or butter or stock because it's too rich for them and their body's forgotten how to digest it. You have to very gently reintroduce things, but you can. You know, I've helped vegans with children with black baby teeth come back from the brink. Black baby teeth fall out and their pearly white grown-up teeth are revealed because they've got on GAPS protocol. Everything in moderation. We don't want to go raw vegan. We don't want to go completely carnivore. We want to be a nice sort of in the middle, you know, because we are omnivores, you know. But people who have gone completely, you know, raw vegan obsessed, they generally do have to go completely carnivore before they can rebalance their system. Don't let it go that far, people. If you've been experimenting with veganism, vegetarianism, just slowly start bringing in butter and eggs and, you know, stock, and start to get your body used to these things again before you go too far and really damage yourself. There's a great book called The Vegetarian Myth by Leara Keith, which is well worth a read if you're still convinced that that is the way forward. Because I'm having to help a lot of people to recover, and you know, why take it that far? Anyway, everything in moderation, because the plants do have some medicines in them. It's a matter of the dose, isn't it? We just want to find a good balance so that we can survive and thrive these troubled times, so that we can be happy, healthy, and well, so that we can have a clear mind to point it where we will instead of being led like sheep, so that we can have a strong body to withstand what's going on out there. And so that our soul can feel at home in this earth realm, because we are earthlings after all. Might as well grasp the nettle, as it were, grab the bull by the horns, own being in this 3D realm, and make the most of it. Which, in my book, means, you know, having raw milk eggnogs every day and animal products that are nutritious and delicious. Lots of love to you all, and see me at timelesscookery.com if you want to know more. Bye.